Let me see something. Oh, you get your own camera view, huh?
I put you, you know what I'm saying?
You get his own camera.
This is he's Miami now.
Who you, bro?
King of Miami.
All right, that's a step. That's a big step.
What's your first impression of him playing against him?
He bow-legged.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember what it was?
I think he was in Portland. And I was like, who's this bow-legged motherfucker like coming off the bench? And so I looked at Juwan at the time. I was like, bro, who is that? He's like, it's Norman Powell. And I was like, damn, he bow-legged. And I remember calling my mom and was like, no, I've met somebody that's more bow-legged than you at this point.
And I saw your mom actually, and I was like, okay, you want to make fun of me? And your mom's bow-legged too. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I was like, you found a twin.
You didn't say anything to him though.
Nah.
You just thought it.
Nah, I was like, damn, he bow-legged. And I was like, hey, bro.
Nah, he didn't say nothing in the game. But that was like his first comment to me when I got here.
Was the bow-legged?
Yeah.
When did you know he could score like this?
I would say a portion of it was, I mean, you couldn't really see it, but the Toronto run. Because it was obviously they was talking about Kawhi and Cal, but like their unit, I was like, no, he's actually like a scorer. And then obviously we played against him. And then you hear about when he goes to the Clippers and how it shifted to where like the last, was it last year? Yeah. Where like he really like stood out amongst, even though they had Kawhi, James Harden, the stars of the stars, like he stood out. And then he got in that little scuffle with Jamal Murray, and I was just like, this guy.
My thing is, so the last time we did one of these All-Star weekends, this earlier this year, you should have been on the All-Star team. They messed that up. But we talked a lot about the Toronto stuff.
Yeah.
And it caused a little waves. OG hit me about it afterwards. I feel like all the Toronto people saw it. I guess, like, broadly speaking, why do teams keep messing this up?
Honestly, I don't know. I honestly feel like part of it is just like when you fly under the radar and you don't have like a big personality, and you're just like focused on like the task at hand and what you're trying to accomplish. Like you don't get promoted. Like it's all about promotion. It's all about can you sell, or like can you be on social media and things like that. But I think like you fly under the radar, and then like you said, I'm put alongside like great players. Guys that are going to be in the Hall of Fame, guys that have been face of the league, face of the franchise for so long. You're just paired alongside of them. So like you don't really have like your own time to shine. Like it's always somebody. When I first got into the league, it was DeMar and Kyle. And DeMar gets traded, and it's Kawhi's whole thing. And then I go to Portland, it's Dame and CJ's setup. Then I go to the Clippers, it's Kawhi and PG, and then we get Russ, and then we get James. And then so you're alongside like these big names, and these guys have done so much in the league that like what you're doing like kind of just like skates under the radar, and it's not much of a focus. But that's just been my story.
I'm curious your perspective on this. When you've been on, with this group, there's been so many different iterations of unit, and you've had so many different great teams, like great individual players, but also great teams. And when you're thinking about like knowing your role, staying in your lane, being in a spot where you got to do what's best for the team, and it's obviously here it's worked so well, and it's resulted in a lot of team success. But like in the league overall, you obviously only know your own perspective here, but in the league overall, the idea of like, you don't want to stand out too much. You want to be a part of the team, but also like to what he's describing, if you don't stand out too much, sometimes people don't actually give you credit for the shit that you do.
I mean,
and that first and foremost, talking about being, all team defense, all defensive player of the year. So don't be all humble and be like, you have your own thing.
I've been shitted a couple times. So, in my perspective, I've gotten to a point where like winning fixes all of that. To me, it's like, and especially with the Miami Heat, for some reason, it's like, if we give anybody any other reason to be like, oh, we'll go with them, it's like, it's always that with us. Like, I've been alongside Spo for 9 years at this point, and the fact that he's never won Coach of the Year.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
USA, little
you know what I
Olympic
mean?
coach.
Like,
And everybody around the league talks about how he's like one of the greatest
Like,
coaches.
everybody,
and everything,
like-
and like not even to be. It's
so
crazy.
a lot of it's political, and they want to push certain people, or like a lot of guys that get certain awards are along some of the guys that like people want to see. So I was like, you're a beneficiary of that. Like a lot of teams that I've been on, we don't have like the mega star. So we'll be winning. Like it's been a couple times where we were number one in the East and one time, and like nobody even thought
Mentioned
about
it or
us.
talked
Like,
about it. There wasn't
like we're making all these incredible runs, and it's like every year they're like, Miami, whatever. Like now people are like, oh, Miami's actually good this year.
Mhm.
But it's like, it's because we're scoring 100 and some points, and it's
Yeah.
like, whoa, it's just a drastic change in the way we play.
Yeah.
Having the USA experiences and just sort of international experiences you've had, has your perspective changed a little bit? Just seeing how other guys are able to move and operate?
Yeah, for sure. That brand of basketball is some of the most uncomfortable basketball you'll ever play. And I say that because when you walk in the room, everybody's the guy on their team. So you're coming to a situation where like, all right, who's really going to sacrifice to run to the corner so Steph can get an open shot? And it's like, those are the type of sacrifices that people don't talk about. They just see a team full of stacked players and they think like, well, you got 2 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's some of the most uncomfortable basketball, but it's also some of the purest basketball you'll play. Because it's not about stats. It's not about money. You don't have no contracts involved. It's solely about winning the goal. Because like the difference between like winning an NBA championship, and I've never done that, but like a gold medal, like you see people getting bronze medals and they're crying. And you see when guys go play for their country, how different they play.
Mhm.
Like Ricky Rubio in the league was getting like 10 and 10 assists. You put him in his country's jersey, Ricky Rubio gave us 40. Like that, but like that's the type of like pride that goes into like wearing your country. And like I feel like a lot of like players, like European players, when they ask, would you rather win an NBA championship or a gold medal? A lot of them will say gold medal because it's like,
Because it means more.
yeah,
And
when you
it's like
get
you're
solidified in
representing
your country,
where you come from.
man.
Also, they've been doing it together for so long.
Yeah.
That's the other
It's
thing.
like they're like, I feel like the European teams and your players, they're built for the Olympics. Like
Yeah.
they start them young, right? They
Man.
start them in professional when they're
They
16,
strive
17.
for that.
And so they're with their national team all the way out through. And then like once they get old enough to play on the big team, like this is what we're shooting for.
Yeah.
And especially with being on the USA team, I feel like every single time that the target's on the back, like whether even like the years when it was the redeem team or whatever, like the target was on their back.
Yeah.
And anything less is a failure. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the crazy part. Like
I don't like to talk about pressure because, pressure is different, but like the amount of eyes that were on us, like my first one, we lost a couple games. I didn't realize how much hate you would get.
Were they coming for you?
No, just the team in general.
Yeah.
Like we lose a couple games and it's like, man, it's first time they lost an expedition game or whatever, exhibition game against
they're flaming you for sure.
Dog,
I've seen it on social media.
But it's like
I've seen
it's
it
from all
North of the burners.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, damn it.
Like it's crazy how like you're out there for our country, obviously. And you lose a couple games, and they're like, "Oh, they're not gonna win. They're like, this is the worst team ever assembled." Yada yada yada. And then we win, and it's like,
y'all supposed to win that. Good
great job. Go home.
I remember. I think who was it? South Sudan. There was somebody in 24 that you guys beat in the games, the qualifying. It wasn't even the ones that matter necessarily, but like you guys won by like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
And people still had to freak out.
Yeah, and now it's a big thing. Like, can they get it done? They got to go against Canada. They got to go against France. And I'm like, we won the game.
Yeah.
Did you think you were coming back in Serbia?
I'm not gonna lie. Stephen Curry is amazing. Listen, like him, like that was my moment to realize, like, no, y'all are active like Hall of Famers. Like being on the court, and obviously you see some of the pictures, but I was in a couple of them. They cropped me out though, but whatever. But being on the court during that game, I was like, damn, like we might lose. And then it's like this switch just goes off in the huddle. It's like, nah, we got him. And it's like, you see Braun at 40 just get an outlet, and it's just like streaking up the court. 4 dribbles, layup. KD gets the ball. And then you got the thing that I love about like certain moments of that journey was you had Melo over there like coaching us.
Melo's going crazy.
Yeah, like Melo's going crazy. Get a ball to KD, everybody get out. And it's like, when you're in those moments, obviously now I'm looking at it, I was like, bro, we was really under a lot of stress. Like, it was very intense in there. But like, yeah, you have that moment where you're like, dang, we're down 15 with 10 minutes left. Like
even in the French game, you guys weren't really down, but they were playing so well.
Yeah.
And that crowd, because I went to all the games that mattered. That crowd was like
I said, bro, like that atmosphere, you can't recreate that. Like that is literally solely their country. Like we're gonna bring whatever energy we need to bring. Like if they make 2 shots in a row, it feels like they're up 10.
Yeah.
That amount of like energy in a building, one, that's what you live for. But
I just feel like it's so different too.
Bro.
Like the love and appreciation of the game is like so pure over there and overseas. Like they're coming, you see them chanting, fireworks, like stomping, cheering the whole time, sections jumping up and down. Like that's something that's like, I feel like
they really embody.
Like I want to experience that at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Well, did you feel like the championship run had a version of that just with the
I feel like in Canada and in Toronto,
just
for sure.
The like craziness of that.
Even
I watched y'all parade.
Yeah, the parade was crazy. The parade was crazy. Nobody, I don't think no parade will top that. None. But like,
I don't know, man. Miami, bro, legit.
Fast forward.
I don't know.
Fast forward June 26th.
Foreshadowing. Like, I don't know, man.
The bar's pretty high. 5 million people.
We just need the whole state of Florida.
You need all Florida. You need North Florida, Tallahassee, come down.
Just come chill with us for a day.
But like even like my rookie year, we played Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals, and like we lost at home, and Bron's doing his post-game interview, and the stadium is still packed. And they're still cheering, they're still chanting, you know what I mean? Because like one, it was like our first time as a team or making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and to lose like that, but like the spirit that they have and like the appreciation of like everybody leaving it all out there, you know, and doing whatever it could like to possibly win the game, and then being after the game and like chanting and cheering where they had to like wait for to interview them was like crazy.
I saw that. I went to Manila when FIBA was there a couple years ago, and like Schroeder in those things. The German team is good in general, but like he's had a great NBA career.
I told you.
But him and FIBA is like
listen. They put on that other jersey and they're like, no, I'm the man.
It's like a different confidence, man. It's a different confidence.
And then, obviously, we know it when you put a different type of jersey on, and it's like your team they're gassing you, like putting that battery in your back. Oh, you go out there and be like, all right, I'm finna shoot this.
I can do whatever.
I can do whatever. Like, I'm not gonna get taken out.
Freedom.
Oh, I bet. There's no parlays I got to think about. Oh, yeah. Let's do this.
So to the combo we were having earlier, this year so far, you guys are, you're off to a great start, 14-7, best offense in the league. You're having an amazing. Like, I think if the season ended today, you'd be on an All NBA team. Not that awards matter, but I think that you would. I guess my question for you on like a bigger level is like, how do you keep the chip when you're playing so well at this high level, where it's like you've now proven this for so long, and you're now at this place where like over and over again, you're sort of showing what you can do. This chip has like gotten you to this place, but how do you keep that, how do you keep the edge?
I think for me, it's the self-motivation, like internal. Like there's nothing external that will move me. Like even like last year, like not having like making it to the All-Star, even though I feel like I should have been, and then like getting traded here, but he's gonna have the chip on his shoulder or have that mentality. Like my mentality is within myself. Can I get better? How do I continue to grow? And prove to myself that I can continue to sustain this, or I can be even a better level. It's always a competition within me. Can I get better each and every single day, each and every year? When I'm looking back and I'm going over like the analytics part of the game and my weak areas and things like that. Now that's my new mission. Okay, I'm not so great going left. Teams are trying to force me to go left. Now I'm gonna be a great left-hand driver and be a great left-hand finisher. So now you can't put me in those situations. You can't weak me. You can't strong me. So it's always looking at myself and how I can get better, and that's where the edge comes. That's where the chip comes. Like okay, can I do it this year? What is it gonna take for me to not get snubbed and make it? What can I do to better myself? Because if I better myself, it's gonna better the team. So the chip comes within myself and my belief of trying just to maximize my ability and be the best basketball player that I can be.
Thanks to DraftKings for sponsoring the show. We're only a few weeks in and the NBA season is already wild. Stars are going off, rookies are making noise, and the action doesn't stop. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is where you can get in on all of it. Missouri listeners, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me state. Richie, I was looking at our favorite topic on DraftKings Sportsbook app, futures, earlier today. We are taping this Monday afternoon, so this is obviously subject to change. But this is relevant to our episode today with Miami Heat star guard and center Norm Powell and Bam Adebayo. NBA Cup futures: Oklahoma City Thunder plus 100, LA Lakers plus 500, Orlando Magic plus 600, New York Knicks plus 650, Toronto Raptors plus 1100, all the way down at the bottom, the Miami Heat at plus 1500. Heat are currently 13-7, 7-3 in their last 10. They are number 2 in defense. They are number 1 in pace in the NBA. Tyler Hero is now back. They have 2 guards that can score at will and create their own shot. As I said before, they got one of the best defenses in the league. I just think that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting placement. New customers bet just $5 and get $200 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code YOUNGMAN. That's code YOUNGMAN. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Are there particular things about this system so far that you've enjoyed?
Honestly, I've enjoyed the whole system. We could run a little bit more pick and roll because I was coming in and being traded before I knew like the offensive shift. Like I watched a lot of film with Bam and Tyler and how they had their 2-man, and especially me with Bam coming out that corner, DHOs and things like that. Like I studied him. So like being able to play in the pocket and then being able to doing that 2-man and get downhill. Now I got a lob threat, where I can fake the lob and the big man goes back and I got the layup. Or if he commits, I got the drop off. So I think that aspect I miss in the offense of not being able to get to as much. But I love the free flow. I feel like it fits my game, like my athletic ability, getting down in transition, running, shooting in transition, getting down to the cup. I think it fits everybody's game, and that's what I like the most about it.
What do you think about that?
I can't really judge the offense at this point. We're cooking.
That's cap.
Bro, we're scoring.
Objectively cooking.
See, we're cooking.
We're cooking, but like I said, I love the offense, but I do wish we ran a little bit more pick and roll so I can get to the 2-man with you. You know what I mean? You're not getting as many lob dunks and things like that. So
listen,
there's a little thing.
I spot up in the corner, man.
See, look.
Yeah. Corner pimping, man.
I was going to ask you about this. So you've talked about this in other interviews, but just like when you really look at your shooting numbers overall and the jump and the it's been like an incredible thing to see. Was there a specific period just in your life where you decided to make this shift, or did this just happen just through sort of like natural work?
No, I mean, naturally, I try to, when I go into my summers, man, I take 2 weeks off, don't even touch a basketball, don't even think about it, and then it's like the switch flips, and I'm like, all right, what's gonna help me? Like, one, be on the court. Like, I'm old enough now where like it's kind of like, all right, you're starting. Like, we have those discussions early, but like younger me, I was like, what's gonna help me get on the court? And how I started, which is crazy because I started as a defender. Like, everybody seems to forget that at this point. That like now they're like, man, big, go get 20 and 10, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Like, I want to do that. Who wouldn't want to go get 20 and 10 in the NBA? But my coach is also like, you got to anchor our defense. Like, that also takes effort because Norm doesn't talk a lot.
That's great.
As much as I want him to, like, he's getting more comfortable in our system now. But like, I'm one of them people, like, I value getting stops and us running in transition and everybody sharing the game that way, and me getting my 20 and 10, then like me getting my 20 and 10 and we're scoring 100 points and like we're barely winning. Like, yeah, like that's not fun basketball to me. Fun basketball is when we all look at the stat sheet and we got 7-8 people in double figures. Like that to me is like, that's how you get to 150. And you know, some got to sacrifice. Like, to me, I'm the one that has to sacrifice a lot because, like you said, there is no pick and rolls in our system. So if he gets going, Tyler gets going, like that's the way
team's
the
going.
Yeah. Like, we're generating, but like I'm selfless to where I can be like, all right, like I'm gonna figure out how to get my 20 and 10, and I might end up with 18 and like 13.
Yeah,
but it's like still trying to figure out.
Sometimes that's more valuable,
Yeah,
honestly,
like,
than actually getting those
yeah.
20, 10, 25. And like, those games are going to happen, like, especially with the way our offense is and the way he has been shooting the ball. You know, like the pressure that me and Tyler put on defense's Wiggs too, and his post-ups and getting downhill. Now they're helping off. Now the big is closing out to him, you know, and he can shoot the three. You know, he had a hot game like he did against Memphis where he came out, 5 for 5 from 3 or whatever it was to start. You know what I mean? Now you can end up with 25 or 28, you know? But
yeah.
Those games are going to come based off just how we play. But like there's more value with him getting 18 and 13 and 3 blocks and 2 steals, you know, and 4 assists. Like,
and we got
that's a complete game.
We got the top two defense in the league. Like, that's what I like seeing. Like, it
is crazy with the pace you're playing at, and the top 2 defense is not a fun combination. I feel like for other teams.
Yeah, not at all. Because like I tell anybody, like if you're not in shape, we will see it.
Yeah,
we'll see it.
Did you have that when the trade happened? Did you have I feel like it's become the conditioning stuff becomes like a little bit.
That was probably like the most nervous I've been. Like I was telling Bam, like when I first came in, because I came in for like a week, like to try to find a place and get acclimated. And I was I'm like, bro, this conditioning test. He's like, oh, it's not even that bad. I'm like, yeah, it's easy for you to say. You've been here your whole career. You've done it every single summer, but I haven't. And since rookie year, all you heard was about how strict Miami was. Like DeLon Wright, brother who played here, he was telling me that his brother had to get on the treadmill and run to lose weight before he could play. So like all this stuff is going in my mind before coming out here and having to do the conditioning test. And like as soon as I got traded, I'm like, all right, I was on vacation, and so coming back, I'm like, okay, now I got to shift my training because I got to practice for this conditioning test. And so I get here, I passed the conditioning test by with 2 seconds, maybe. I don't know.
Did you do anything different for the training?
Yeah, I did. I was running. Oh my gosh. If I tell you, I was track meeting after I got traded and got back to the States, man. Oh my, every single workout, we even planned conditioning days. And I'm like this is not nothing that I've done before in my previous summers, you know, I got my cardio, just simple full court drills, and then playing 5-on-5 throughout the summer. Like this was running. And so I passed my damn test, and then I don't know if it was preseason or like one of the starts of the like first 5 games or whatever, and they were talking about my shape, and I was like, I'm in great shape for the Clippers. All right, like, give me some time. I'm in great shape. I come back like this, they're gonna be excited about what I did this summer. So give me some time to get acclimated to the Miami Heat shape. It was crazy.
Do you feel like this is like with your new teammates every year, this is an ongoing thing?
100%. I mean, for the people that come back, like, soon as it's over, you think about like, damn, I gotta do this again next year, bro.
I'm already thinking about that.
Like, you start thinking about it because it's like, soon as the season ends, like at the end of the year, like everybody's like, damn, we got that
at the parade on the float. Like, you're still thinking about it.
No, at that point, you win. Well, you make it to the finals or win, you don't got to run it. The next year.
There's a
that's the
I didn't know that. That was not told to me.
That's the loophole.
That was not told to me.
So that's kind of like the trade-off. You make the finals, you win, like you ain't got to run it.
That's
like,
dope.
You know
I didn't know
mean?
that, but like I'm already because like me, hopefully I get extended, re-sign here, whatever the case may be. I'm like, all right, so now I can't get this. I can't go over this weight. I got to keep my body weight, my body fat at this percentage. So that way, when I get into my training, it's easier. So like I'm already thinking about my summer training program, so I don't have to get in shape.
People laugh at it, and people talk about like how strict we are or whatever the case may be. But like that is Heat culture. Like that in a nutshell is Heat culture. It's a standard.
Yeah.
Like for us, it's just we want you to be in the best shape of your life.
It is kind of funny. It's like this, you have the normal stress of getting traded and the shock of getting traded. And then this in the back of your mind is like, fuck, I got to like
I'm
telling
you. I texted my trainer AJ and my PT Charles. I'm like, all right, like we got to start planning for this cardio test because I do not want to go in here and leave a bad impression like, oh, Norm came in and he failed. Like all these expectations, and now I got to do the cardio test again and again until I pass. Like, no, that was not going to be it.
Where were you when you got traded?
I was in Italy.
What part?
Must be nice.
We were,
Must be nice.
I know you're not talking all the places you've been. I was in Venice, actually.
Oh, that's great.
I was in Venice. Yeah, I was actually on one of the little tours on the little canal boats, like mid trade. We're about to go dock to go see this little spot and like stop the whole tour. I was like, all right, I got to take these phone calls. Like the whole day was canceled after that.
Were you? I mean, I feel like we talked about it a little bit last year. Like at this point, you're not surprised by much, but still, like getting a call on a dock boat in Venice, being like you're getting traded, is still a little crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy because like where I was at when you're like, yeah, I'm on tour and enjoying my vacation, but I also think it was just crazy because like I wasn't fully expecting it. Like there was smoke, there was like some chatter, but like that comes along with being on an expiring contract. One being I would say the most valuable trade asset in that group of like who you can get stuff back for, but then also just like the talks before of like being told that they want to extend you and they want you here. I think that's the bigger shock for me, not, I was overdoing something else, but just we value you, we want you here, like we love what you bring to the table, boom, boom, we want to work something out, and then trade it without even being able to talk and see what's up. I think that was like the biggest shock.
Yeah,
NBA is a crazy business.
We're gonna send you to the East Coast, my boy. we gonna send you to the a great city, good weather, no state tax. I
was gonna say it could have been worse.
No, for sure. Hey, I've been fortunate in my NBA career so far. I've been in some great cities that everybody wants to play in and want to live there. So I am not upset with the trade and where I've ended up. It's been great. They've taken me in with open arms. I've had a great time being here.
We're working on it.
What have you learned? You are probably the foremost expert on this team now, but what have you learned being with Spo so far? Just about how, because like you mentioned before, I feel like objectively, most players around the league who have not played for him just hold him in such a high regard, regardless. But being in the system with him and seeing how he operates day to day.
He's a student of the game. Like he knows the games in and out. One, especially to it's talked about, but to completely scrap what you do and implement something totally new offensively in the approach, and seeing that this is going to be the best for the team that we have and bring the most out of the players. I think that being a student of the game and being able to adjust on the fly. Obviously, they had a summer to prepare for it and everything like that, but just then given the opportunity to showcase, like we have all these guys that have such versatility and we're not showing it in the system before. We're going to implement this one, right? And it's going to show everybody's ability. It's going to give everybody a chance to go out there and play the game, play free. And then also the mentality and the approach to the game. Like he's competitive, and he wants to win, and he gets after it, and that's something that you appreciate. He makes you want to run through a wall for him, and get better. He's not gonna sugarcoat anything. He's in the huddle. He's gonna yell at you. He's gonna go at you. He's gonna challenge you, and he's gonna push you. Like today, we had film session, and he went at me, and I'm very coachable and I can sit there and take it. And then like after he's like, "Are you okay with me talking?" I'm like, "Coach, you can talk to me." That I'm very coachable. I like that. I like challenging, being challenged, being called out, and being put on the spot because it's going to make you a better basketball player. And I think that's what he does. He brings the best out of his players.
Did you have a first competitive experience, 2017, 2018 Bam, that you saw it and you were like, "This is."
With Spo?
Yeah.
Oh, I hated Spo when I first got here. Hated Spo. And it wasn't because, first of all, this is the one competitive moment I had with Spo my rookie year. We're in training camp. I'm on the red team. So we got obviously first unit, second unit, and then the younger guys on like the JV team basically. And I'm competitive. So I don't care who out there. I want to win. So we're losing and I'm pissed. Like I'm hot. And I remember the next day he come to me, we're all having like a film session. He was like, "You think you above being with the red team?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "'Cause I want to win?" And that's kind of like our first like interaction. So I was like, man, see, like, and to me, I was like, see, now you got the wrong impression. I want to win. I was like, you think I'm mad because I'm on the red team? No, I want the red team to win. But it just shows like his competitive nature because he first of all, like I said, I hated the man because he didn't play me. I was like, "Coach, you can slide me 10 minutes." But at that time, I understood it was like a lot of guys had just got paid the summer I was coming in. So you had James Johnson, Dion, Wayne was a part of that team, Hassan Whiteside. Like dudes had just got paid. So me coming in, I'm like, man, I wasn't really into like the lottery picks and all that, but I was like, damn, bro, like, when you come in, because a lot of dudes that came in to the league with me, we all have known each other since we're 12. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking around the league. I'm like, man, Donovan getting to play, JT, De'Aaron Fox. I'm like, man, all my homeboys getting to play, and I'm just sitting at the end of the bench next to UD. Hanging out. And like, thank God for UD, man. And, we need more vets in this league like him. Because like he changed my whole mindset when it came to Spo. Like I said, like I hated this man. Like when I used to go to practice, I used to really get irritated looking at him. like it was like that bad. And then like sitting at the end of the bench, he was just always, man, young fella, just be ready. So when your name get called, you ain't like when you go out there, you prove it to him that you're supposed to be out there. And he used to piss me off a little bit too, because I used to be like, man, whatever, bro. And like obviously listening to that, and I'm one of the people I love to work. I love to grind, like the process. And I got my opportunity. And obviously, he started charting it like, man, young fella be at the top of the list every time. So they started playing me and I was like, yeah, hell yeah, man. Like, but like Spo's just he's one of those people, like he wants to see us all do well. Like I said before, he doesn't want to have two people getting 40.
Yeah.
Like he's okay. He sleeps well at night if our whole starting five gets 20 points. Like 17 to 20 points. He's like, nah, like that is well-rounded because we're going to need everybody when we get into these playoff moments. And when it goes into those playoff moments, you need guys to be ready.
Ready and sharp.
Well, I was going to say, and it's also, and this is another thing, which is, with the amount of success you guys have had, it's been talked about a lot, but just the player development and the Duncans, the Struces, the guys who come in here who are not, not you coming in, not even, obviously you're a different situation, with where you've been before this, but like guys who came in basically with no expectations or no anything. And then all of a sudden they're going to get paid somewhere else because of him.
You got to think we got scrappy dudes because like, one, we was finding diamonds in the rough. Like they just have a knack for going and get guys where it's like floats under the radar, but like, a lot of time people choose talent over people that like play hard as shit. Like we gotta keep Myron Garner. He'll get 6 fouls in 4 minutes. But those will be
4 minutes,
the 4 hardest minutes you will ever watch a human being play.
Yeah.
And it's like guys like that where people are like, we don't see it. And it's like we get him in this system and like he's able to explore like how he can become something in this league. And then you put that battery in his back. Like, and then on top of that, we had a captain in UD who was from that mold. So we're coming in like, how can we get a paycheck? Like, how can we like figure out what we can be in this league? And we got a captain that comes from that. And he's like, y'all know UD.
You got
like,
the blueprint.
Like, he's like the blueprint for us. Like,
yeah.
But I also think like something that isn't talked about a lot when you talk about like, like these guys develop and they're here is like, there is a like prototype player that they look for. Like that the Heat want. And I think it falls in line of that Heat culture, guys that are going to work, going to commit, that's going to buy in to the system and what they have established here. And they go out and look for those guys, like guys that are going to sacrifice and put in the work and commit to getting better, and like everybody, if you look down the roster and like you can go by year after year, they have those type of players, like it might not always pan out perfectly how everybody wants, but like the foundation of each player that they put on this roster are guys that are hard-nosed, hard-working. They get, good picks and things like that, but like the other guys, like Pell Larson, Drew Smith, I put myself in there because of my backstory where I came from, like D. Mitch, like these guys are like hard-nosed, they're working, and they're guys that are like overlooked, because they don't put up 15, 8, and 6 or whatever, but they do the little things. They're scrappy and they're willing to buy into what the system needs and what's to bring. And that's what makes every single year they go on these runs and they're top or they're, like they made the play and made the playoffs. Like you have these group of guys that are willing to do whatever it takes to be winners.
Thanks to DraftKings for sponsoring the show. The NBA season has been absolutely insane so far. We've got stars putting up video game numbers, rookies making serious noise, and storylines that keep getting wilder by the day. And you know what makes all of this even better? DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Hey, Missouri, this one's for you. DraftKings Sportsbook is finally live in the Show Me State. And check this out. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's no joke. DraftKings Sportsbook opening in Missouri, very exciting news. Shout out to my Missouri friend and friend of YM3 YM3, Sophie Cunningham. Just got off the phone with her a couple of hours ago. This is very exciting for the state of Missouri. I think the thing that I was thinking about in terms of this from the NBA perspective is you got to pick a team. Thunder are an option. Mavericks are an option. Bulls are an option. I feel like the beauty and the curse of the Midwest is you can really kind of decide whatever direction you go in, and you can change your mind depending on the day. Very exciting for the state of Missouri that DraftKings is opening up there. Excited to get out there and maybe do some events there later in the year. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code YoungMan. That's code YOUNGMAN. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. What kind of advice have you given to Ware so far in terms of everything you've seen?
I was hard on him in the summer. Like I was very hard on Lil this summer because we know what he can do. Like obviously, people see the 20 and 18 and all that, but for me, it was just like, just bring energy every day. And my advice was like, it's not always gonna be 20 and 15. Because sometimes the ball just doesn't find you, whatever reason that is. And we play a system where like you can't hunt it because it looks bad. But like if he just brings a right energy every game, like it's impactful. Like it doesn't, like I said, it might not be 20 and 15. It might be 10 and 10 with 3 blocks, but it's like those 3 blocks could have been the key 3 blocks into starting a 15-2 run for us. Like that's the type of, mind shift that I wanted him to get. And he's figured it out because now, like, we bank on Lil getting at least 2 to 3 offensive rebounds off of just like just pure athleticism and just a random bounce.
Yeah.
And it's like that was been my advice to him. Just try to impact winning. It might not show up on a stat sheet, but like we in the locker room are thankful. Like we know how impactful you were to that game.
Do you think the Heat culture, obviously you guys have a lot of guys like this, but there's other guys on different teams around the league who have it as well. In terms of some of the intangibles you're describing, do you think that can be taught, or that's a thing that you just kind of have and no matter what, it's going to come out in its own way? Can that like be coached, or it's just a thing either you have it or you don't?
I think it's a mix of both, I think it is taught. Some people have like the innate natural ability, like to be able to have that. Like for me, like it was taught to me, or it was shown to me through little things. It might not have been sports, but just like seeing my mom, seeing my uncle operate and how they got stuff done and the work that they put in and the sacrifice they did. And then like watching and studying Dwayne Wade and Kobe and their approach and things like that. And, oh, this is what it takes. Oh, this is why you do it. Okay, if I envision myself and I want to be at this level, then this is what I got to do, right? And so it was taught and shown to me, and then I implemented it, right? With other guys, upbringings and stuff are different, but they're extremely skilled. So now you got to take the time to teach them, to show them, one, the skill, and then what goes into it. Okay, you have this ability, right? We haven't really taught you, but now you haven't really been taught. So now we're going to take you under our wing. We're going to show you, how to maximize your ability and the skill wise, and then the mental capacity and what it takes. You want to be at this level, right? You want to get the most out of this. Then this is where your mental approach has to be at, and that's something that's as well has to be taught. So like for me mentally as well, like I had to learn the mental part of it because I had the physical ability and I had the mental ability to put the work in, but then be able to put that all together mentally and go out there and showcase it, that's a whole nother ball game as well, because you go through, like it's not as easy no more. I'm playing up in competition. Now the stuff that I was doing with people my age level, I'm not getting off. So now I got to be mentally tough and strong. Okay, let me figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Like how do I score against Bam? How do I score against, a 7-footer? Everybody was my size. So I think it's a mix of both. Like some people have it, but it can also be taught and shown to a player. And I think with Kel'el, like being partnered with Bam, being partnered with UD and going through it, right? Because you have natural ability and somebody that's taken their natural ability and continues to maximize it. And then you got a guy like UD, right, who had to scrap, work, go overseas, come back, fight for a spot, and get his opportunity, right? Because it wasn't just given to him. So now you pair both of those together and have somebody to mentor like Kel'el. Now you can see his game coming together, with the opportunity that is being put in front of him.
I just think you got to be able to go through the funk, man. Like the mental aspect of basketball, people don't really talk about it as much. But the mental game that you have to go through, like the mental warfare. Like I said, my rookie year, I hated my coach. Like that was mental warfare for me. But because I had coaches before then where I literally would be like, dog, they're just on my ass today. Like I could handle it. Like it wasn't like Spo was getting under my skin. It was just like, I just didn't like you because you weren't playing me. Like I don't understand why you didn't play me. But I think the mental aspect, like you got to be able to understand, like you're gonna go through the rough. Like it's not gonna be pretty. Like sometimes it's gonna be ugly, and you're gonna be like, bro, sometimes you're gonna get to the point where it's like, bro, dude, like, am I even supposed to be here? Yeah, like, do I really want to like do this? Because I think natural ability, like when it comes to basketball, some people is just like, no, you're just naturally gifted. Like you go out there and it's like, you've seen guys that's like,
make it look effortless.
Yeah, they don't really work out. It's like they don't really bind.
They just
like
got it. Like,
they just got it. But like that mental aspect, and I think that's what his hurdle was this summer, was getting that mental toughness. Because you'll see he'll miss 2 shots and then it's like he starts looking at the ground, and then it affects everything else. Like him now being able to miss a shot or miss a rebound or something, like now it doesn't affect the other end. So I feel like the mental aspect, man, is one of the biggest key components when it comes to being taught basketball. Obviously, you got to want to learn basketball. You got to want to learn, how you can be effective in certain ways. But like being able to have mental toughness when you do make a mistake where it doesn't affect the rest of your game.
That's the separator.
That's the separator.
Yeah. I was gonna say, are there non teammates in this current team that you guys look at as sort of like the gold standard around the league that you just admire for their ability to sort of do what you're describing?
To me, Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson was my teammate, a year and a half? But just talking to him, and then when he got his opportunity to play, Kyle just knew how to play basketball. But also it'd be sometimes he'll play 10 minutes, then he'll play 30, then he'll get a DNP, and then he'll come off the bench, he'll be our 6th man. So he was in different roles every other day. And talking to him every day, I became to be a fan of Kyle because he just stayed so consistent. And that to me is he's one of the vets in the league that you want around the locker room because he's a great dude, but also he shows up. He's gonna get his work in, he's gonna compete. But at the end of the day,
UCLA baby.
I was gonna say
UCLA baby.
I don't buy that. But he's just super consistent, man. And shout out Kyle, by the way.
Yeah. For me, it was it's Fred VanVleet. That's my dog. I mean, we cut from same cloth, but just it's my dog, man. We came in this. He came in a year after me, but he's just a guy that's super steady. You know what I mean? No matter what. I remember he started off the year and he shoot 17% in first 10, 12 games of the season. People are killing him, riding him. And then, he'd go off, and he was able to always ride whatever low point it was. He always had the ability to stay mentally strong and trust his work and trust that it's going to happen. I remember we used to have this talk. He's like, man, yeah, you got to give me the opportunity. I'm a small player, so when I'm driving, I got to throw some stuff up sometimes, and sometimes it's going to go in and sometimes it's not. But you got to let me, you got to let me get the rhythm and let him figure it out. And then that was his whole thing. He's going to figure it out. He's going to put the work in, he's going to trust his work, and no matter what, he's going to stay steady. And I think he was a great locker room leader because of that. Because no matter how bad he shot, whether he was 3 for 15 or he was 10 for 15, he had the same approach, the same mindset, and it resonated amongst everybody on the team. I can go through this, I can take the heat, I can go through the tough times and still come out on top. And he's been able to carry that with him throughout the course of his career. He got an all-star, then he was able to showcase what he did as a leader, going to Houston when they weren't winning as much and had a super young team, and then to come in there and establish, and they got better with him being there. And I think a lot of it had to do with just his mentality and approach as a leader. It's not always going to be pretty, it's not always going to be great, but we're going to fight, we're going to scrap, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get a win. Didn't
he do that during the finals? Wasn't he have one of his worst
run.
shooting stretches ever? Yeah, and then he came back in at the end.
Yeah. That was the Milwaukee series when we were on our finals run. He was shooting under 20%, I think, or something like that. And then he had the birth of his son. And then he came back and he was shooting 55% from 3 and from the field. It was crazy. He was like, yeah, man, literally he told me, he's like, yeah, man, you have a kid, it changes your whole perspective on life, and he came back and was playing free and didn't have a care in the world because he just had a kid, and his total mind shift.
I wanted to just sort of close with both of your thoughts for the rest of, this calendar year and then heading into All-Star. What you feel like both sort of individually and then from a team perspective, you want to do to kind of keep this up. You know what I mean? Keep the good juju flowing, and like what is working and what you feel like you're sort of looking forward to over the next like 3 months.
I'll let Cap go ahead and take this question first. Go ahead, man.
I would say, man, just like from a locker room standpoint, bro, just, being thankful we have a great locker room. Like, in the past, I've been a part of like bad locker rooms, and that affected everything on the court. So from that standpoint, man, we got a great locker room. We got guys that we joke around. Like, obviously, like, I'm an only child, so when I get to be around, my teammates, I consider them like brothers. Like, I really do take that serious. And being able to, like, obviously we go through the funk, but, not getting tired of doing what's necessary to win. Like, I don't want us to, get so wrapped up in winning that we be like, oh man, we're winning all these streaks, and we cough up a game off of just like lack of focus. And individually, like, obviously we all want to be all-stars. We got 4 dudes that can, we keep winning, we could all be there.
Yeah.
So just from, an individual standpoint.
I will say the awards might not matter, but they got to start getting it right with you guys a little bit.
Yeah. 100%.
Like at a certain point, it becomes like enough.
It becomes laughable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
it's going to be when you least expect it, though. It's going to be when you're like, I got no shot.
Yeah.
And that's when it's going to happen.
Bro. Then that's why, like, I just, I'm one of the people, I really believe in faith,
You kind of like have to like not want it and then get it.
Or like, you got to like really ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing, I've gotten to understand throughout these years. Like, sometimes you just gotta be like, all right, bro, like, just leave it over there and just keep focusing on the task at hand. Because, like I said, winning takes care of a lot of this. Like, we stay top in the East. We can go be all-stars. Like, it's gonna happen because we focused at the task at hand. Like, that's the biggest thing to me. All 15 guys just being focused. Like, winning cures everything. Like, you shoot bad and we win, you don't feel as bad when you shoot bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You go 3 for 15 and we win the game, you be like, dang, bro, I shot bad. But like, you lose, then it's like, you thinking about, man, if I would have made half my shots, we would have won. Or like, now you got people in your DMs, man, when you win, you kind of look at it and be like, bro, we won the game. Like, whatever. But like, when you lose, it's like, now you trying to overcorrect everything in your mind. You're like, man, like, are my mechanics off? Like, am I not in a rhythm? Then you start overthinking basketball, and like, that's the thing. I want us to have a free flow. Like, everybody just play basketball. Like, we win games, play basketball, and it's like, it makes it easier on everybody.
Yeah, for me, I just want to keep this up, man. I really, really like the team that we have. Like Bam said, the locker room is great. Everybody's involved. Everybody's talking, from like the two-way guys coming up and down. Like, you really feel like the togetherness in the locker room and within the team. So continuing to have that, because it's going to carry you throughout this course of the season. It's so long. There's going to be ebbs and flows. Guys, we've already experienced guys in and out the lineup with injury and things like that. But when you have that group that is still pulling for one another and wanting everybody to be successful, you can still accomplish great things. So I want to keep that flow up, and having the mentality to go out there and like fuck everybody, like literally fuck everybody. Like, still have that mentality of when we're 0-6 in preseason, and everybody said that this was going to be the year that.
Boy, they was on us, boy. It was like, it ain't looking too good for y'all.
Like that
I didn't realize they were that bad during preseason.
Yeah, they were killing us in preseason.
In preseason, it's like, and the thing is like, we would get right to the point where like, I'm like, okay, they tired, they about to crack, and then Spo be like, all right, all y'all go sit down. And I'd be like,
and they didn't take that in, like, we're not playing our normal minutes, but like the mentality of them counting us out, like, I want us to have that mentality throughout the course of this season, especially to end this year out strong. And then, like, obviously, individually, like, wanting to be an all-star, haven't been shy about that.
I was going to say, and also where the all-star game is this year I feel like I'm excited
it's
for
a little
that.
jab, you know.
Yeah.
But
That would be hilarious.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Kind of complete the full circle.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I mean, individually that. But like Bam said, like I'm not so focused on trying to be that because I know winning is the most important thing, and winning will take care of the accolades that come with it. Like be top in the East, top team. Like how can they not? You know, so. Just being focused on winning. You know, you take care of that. That's the most important thing. Keep the main thing, and then everything else will take care of itself.
The goal is no conditioning test next fall.
Fact. Listen, I'm getting older, man. Listen.
Yeah, we got to get you one, dog.
Listen, man. Listen,
we
bro.
got to get you one.
That's all I'm missing, for real. That's why I was like, dog, listen. And the thing about
DPOY, don't say that's not.
I mean, but to me, like, I get DPOY, but like my peers, like the respect of my peers is what like I value more. Like I'm like, when it comes to the other side of the ball and they're like, nah, bro, just go put him in the the corner somewhere. Like you can't, I was like, you can't really like judge that. Like you can't really like, if you look at a game, you'll probably be like, man, they just got Bam standing in the corner. Like he's just standing in the corner, but it's like, it's schemed to be like, no, take him out of the action. Put him over there and just let him just stand there. And so it's like the respect from like coaches and my peers to be like, man, go stand in the corner. Like I value that. Now
that is probably like the biggest thing.
Yeah, like that's a great formal handshake to me. Like, yeah man, like it's all due respect, but you gotta go stand over there.
That's how I felt. How I felt. Like I don't get the respect media-wise, whatever, but like knowing like you get the respect of the coaches, like, yo, man, like oh, I want you on my team. I've been wanting you on my team, and the stuff you did, like, I respect it. Or like the players, like, man, you cold, like, or like even like top players from other teams, like, oh man, like Norm need to come play for us. Like that stuff right there is like the biggest compliment rather than, we got all these accolades and things like that. Like I do agree, like that's like the biggest compliment.
Because like I said, like sometimes it's political. Like, they're pushing somebody else and, somebody on that team becomes a beneficiary of that. So for me, it's like my peers know. And that's the one thing I respect about it. Even when it comes to All-Stars, like when it comes to All-Star voting, I always look at the player vote. Like, when I'm always top in player voting, I'm like, nah, my peers like really respect me. And that's what it boils down to. Like, now you can't control the media and all that other stuff, but like
if you know, you know.
Yeah, like when people compare,
when the locker room votes come in and they ask you who you think should be, and then you see guys is saying that it should be you, like that's the respect.
It's like, nah, I got some respect around here.
That's a good way to end it.
Yeah.